If he's sending this to you, it's because he wants you to understand what it's like to be a man. Being a man means that he's not allowed to show emotions. No one ever taught him how to speak his true feelings. No one taught him how to say the right words at the right time. No one told him how to fully show affection. He was taught from a very, very young age how to protect and provide, to make sure that he was always working, make sure he had enough money in his bank account, and make sure that he's always looking after everyone else but himself. He doesn't know how to open up because no one ever taught him how to. It's not that he doesn't want to tell you how he feels, it's purely that he doesn't know how. And he's never had to check into his own feelings. He is in a consistent amount of worry, stress and concern about the future because it's all weighing on his shoulders. He's always wondering if he's doing enough, providing enough and giving enough attention. So if he's isolating, don't take it personally. It's just the only way he knows how to deal with the chaos.
I want to know who sees my TikToks, so like my video and leave a comment of where you're from.
And ladies, a man will always remember the words you said when you disrespected him and how it made him feel. Please learn to watch what you say during arguments because number one, it's not ladylike. And number two, they will never forget it and they will never come to you again and be vulnerable. Because you brought up things that they may have went through at a point in time that they thought that they could talk to you about. Or you're just simply being disrespectful, being loud, belligerent, and talking to them crazy as if they don't have feelings. That hurts. And just like we have feelings, they have feelings too. And they may not show that they're hurt like we do. But once he stops talking to you and starts distancing himself from you, you know why. And society already likes to hold men up to this standard that they can't be emotional and express themselves. But they're actually probably more emotional than we are. They just hold it in. Now watch what y'all say during arguments because it's going to be real hard to get that man to trust you again or probably even love you the same because it's never that serious. Do not bring up past traumas or things they may have struggled with because you're going to only be pushing them farther away from you.
Red flags aren't always loud in relationships. Sometimes they're quiet. Quiet like the texts that stop coming, the eye contact that fades, the effort that slowly disappears. It's not always yelling and slam doors. Sometimes it's silence. It's them not asking how your day was. It's you always putting in the effort and them barely noticing. It's the way they stop saying thank you. The way they stop seeing you. People think toxicity is always chaos, but more often, it's slow neglect. It's lack of trust, lack of communication, lack of apology, lack of empathy. It's realizing your love language goes unmet while always trying to meet theirs. The hardest red flags to spot are the ones that look indifference. Pay attention to how someone shows up or doesn't. Not just what they say, but how often they don't follow through. Love without effort isn't love. You deserve consistency. You deserve to feel chosen every single day.
Time and focus, a man's most restricted assets.
Cole, help! My car broke down on 8th Street. Someone just smashed my window.
Lock the doors. Hide in the back. I'm coming. When she calls for help, logic stops. Duty takes over. I calculated the fastest route. I accepted the risks. I was ready to I was ready to protect. Lisa?
Oh my God! 5 minutes! I told you guys I won the bet. Okay, you win. He really is your loyal guard dog.
A fake emergency? A loyalty test for an audience of clowns.
Relax, babe. We were just having fun. You proved you love me. Cole, what are you doing? Let's go home.
Go home? No. Pour me a drink, Lisa. Let's talk about the exact cost of this bet.
A man who can't answer your question without getting angry or defensive is usually hiding more than just the answer. As a divorce lawyer, I've learned that if a simple question sends him into a rage, you're not being too emotional, you're hitting too close to the truth. The anger is a distraction, the defensiveness is a shield, and the sudden attitude, that's not frustration, that's fear being flipped outward. It could be a calm, reasonable question like, where were you last night? Or why didn't you call? Or why do you follow your ex on Instagram? And suddenly you're accused of being crazy, paranoid, and controlling. He flips the script so fast you forget what you even asked. Emotionally mature people don't punish you for seeking clarity. They don't deflect accountability with volume. They don't crumble under gentle inquiry unless there's something they're trying to cover up. You're not walking on eggshells because you're sensitive. You're walking on eggshells because he's unstable. And that behavior, it's not just a red flag, it's a warning siren. Because if he can't be questioned now, what happens when the stakes get higher? When there's a joint bank account, a lease, a child, you need a partner who can handle the truth, who invites honesty even when it's uncomfortable, who doesn't see your curiosity as a threat, but as a part of building trust. Remember this, a man who answers with aggression is trying to make you fear asking again. But you deserve answers, you deserve peace, and you deserve to be with someone who doesn't make your need for clarity feel like a crime. So ask the question, watch the reaction, and if the truth makes him flinch, believe it's not because you asked too much. It's because he's hiding too much. And that's not your fault. That's your signal to walk towards better.
And the big problem with a lot of these modern women is that they don't put in any effort. They don't reciprocate. A man, they're sitting up here looking for a good man. A man could text you first. He could buy you flowers. He could, if you want to be picked up, I'll come pick you up. Right? I'm thinking of a man that I think he drove all the way to another town or another city. I think it was about an hour. It was like an hour or so. Picked the girl up, drove all the way back. So that's 2 hours right there. Took her out somewhere. I think they hung out for like an hour or two or something like that. And then had to drive her all the way back and then come back. That's 4 hours commute time plus the hour that y'all are spending together. And wouldn't you know it, she was still trying to shame him. She still wasn't satisfied.
You know something that women do not say out loud anymore? I am grateful for my husband. When I hear a noise in the middle of the night, I nudge my husband. When the car starts making a noise that I don't understand, I call him. When something breaks in the house, I know instantly my husband will fix it. When life feels overwhelming and everything starts stacking up, I lean on my husband, not because I am weak, not because I can't survive on my own, because I could. But I was not meant to do life alone. My husband carries things that I don't have to carry, and I carry things that he doesn't have to carry. That's what marriage is. He stands in front when things get hard. I stand beside him when things get heavy. And in a world that keeps telling women that they don't need men, I am so thankful I have one, a good one, and I will never treat that like it's irreplaceable.
I am convinced, ladies, that some of you are confused and in turn trying to confuse everyone else because it makes absolutely no sense that you want guys to approach you, that you will go on these long-winded tangents about how guys are no longer being the men, like who's going to be the boys? But then when a man tries to do the right manly thing and he tries to approach you, oh my God, I didn't want him to talk to me. As a woman, it's confusing. So I am certain that men are confused. They have no idea if it's okay for them to approach you. They've got no clue if it is acceptable for them to ask for your number. And if they don't ask for your number, or if they don't approach you, how are they ever supposed to try to get to know you? How could they ever potentially ask you out on a date? How could you end up with the right guy if you can't end up with any guy? Because no guy is supposed to approach you. How is the right guy supposed to know he's the right guy if you don't talk, if you walk around with a resting face all the time? How is anyone supposed to know anything? If you want to be approached, you've got to be approachable, ladies. It's really not that hard. If you want men to entertain conversations with you, you've got to understand that there will be some men that you just don't like. And here's the thing, you don't have to be mean. You don't have to try to embarrass them. It is quite possible for you to be honest and genuine and kind and let somebody down easy. That's what we were raised back in the day to do anyway, right? So maybe the issue isn't guys as a whole. Maybe the issue is women not really understanding that it all starts with you. If you want to be approached, be approachable. If you don't want to be approached, then be okay not being approached. It's not complicated.
Women ask me all the time, what can I do if my husband or boyfriend doesn't do anything for me? What can I do if I do everything for him? I do his laundry, I cook the meals, what can I do about it now? Well, as we know, you can only control yourself, so your outcome may vary, but you're supposed to all do the same thing. Stop doing so much for him and start doing more for yourself. It's important to do both. A, you should be loving yourself no matter what, but B, if he's not going to love you, who's going to? You need to. Women have left me so many comments saying, I've done my husband's laundry for X amount of years and then I needed him to step up for a few weeks and he couldn't do it. Or they'll talk about how they were a stay-at-home mom for X amount of years and now they got a job or now they're ill. And instead of stepping up to the plate and being like, wow, now I can repay you for all those years of service, the men get angry. They get angry because they don't see a person who has needs. They see their service has been taken from them. The issue is that oftentimes men who accept this level of servitude from their wives expect it. They expect it and their mind tells them they are entitled to it. So he could surprise you. He could step up. He could say, wow, you seem so much happier and I'm so happy to help out. He could be. Some men do. Some men do. Some men reach the potential you set for them. But with other men, what you see is what you have.
Statements like all men are or all women are gold diggers make you look bad because they're really just signs that you haven't learned how to filter out that kind of person yet. Overgeneralizing like this is really just a coping mechanism. It's a sign that you, not the entire opposite, has work to do. And it's a sign that you, rather than filtering on the front end, want to come up with a theory in retrospect about how all these people secretly were horrible. And maybe they actually are horrible, but if everyone that you date is you are doing something wrong in your selection and screening. Same with if every woman you date only wants you for your money or is a cheater. And of course, sometimes it's just as simple as you need to stop hanging around that crowd because similar people tend to group together. Substance abusers all hang out in the same places, but smart people also all hang out in the same places. Unemployed deadbeats tend to be friends, and so do people with their lives together. But for a lot of people, it's genuinely just who you're choosing. Because you can be around any group of people, and if you put your mind to it, or more accurately, if you have the wrong selection criteria, you can end up with someone truly awful. Like there are women with deep daddy issues from childhood looking for men to fix those issues, and as a result, they keep ending up with bad men. There are men who like to feel validated for their money, or just happen to be attracted to women of the party variety. Yeah, you're gonna find women who want you for very specific reasons. All this to say, that's why those kind of statements make you sound bad, because everyone else realizes something you don't, which is that all men this or all women that really just means all the ones that you are choosing.
Here's 3 red flags in women, and most men do not notice. The first red flag, bro, is her always seeking male attention. She can't go a week without seeking a male's attention, always entertaining other guys, got these male friends around, always going out around these guys and stuff like that. Gotta entertain this dude, gotta entertain this dude, gotta entertain that guy. You know what I'm saying? That's a red flag, man. You know, you can't have that type of woman around you, dude. That's just a red flag. She's an attention, right? Everywhere she look in the room, she looking around, just looking around. Always looking around. See, a real woman ain't doing that. A real woman is looking straight ahead and got her eyes on her man. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a red flag you gotta watch out for. Next red flag you gotta watch out for. If she talks bad about her brothers, her uncles, her father, or masculine menace in her life, she down talks these guys. What makes you think she won't down talk you? Okay? A woman that does not respect masculinity, a woman does not respect her father or her brothers or her uncle, you think she would submit to a man? Come on now. That's another walking red flag, okay? And the last thing I want to say is her drama, her energy, and her attitude, her friends, and everything that's going on in her work life, she bringing all that negative drama to your life. Trust me, energies do intertwine when y'all get together, especially when y'all have. So you ever notice that her problems become your problems? Is because you listening to this nag complain about her job, complain about the that she hanging with, and you giving her solutions, but she's not changing. That's a red flag, brother. Again, why is she defined in her friend group and all her friends is a big buffalo back? That's what you gotta watch out for. Okay? Hopefully these red flags helped you, my G. I'm gone.
You know, I know modern women probably don't believe it, but a lot of these guys out here do really want to be in relationships. They just don't want to have to take crap to be in a relationship. I don't want to have to be out here working myself to the bone to be in a relationship with you, and you don't do anything for me. What kind of life? What kind of life is that? What kind of deal is that? Oh, that's a great deal because I'm going to be in your presence. You get to be around me. That's so silly. That's just a dumb way of thinking about things.
Nobody prepares you for the long journey back to loving yourself again after you spent so much time putting other people first. And sometimes it feels like you'll never get there. I'm in the middle of that right now. I used to think it was just about rebuilding my confidence and my self-worth. That every day I was supposed to wake up feeling empowered and feeling like I could walk into any room completely unbothered. But that's not what this feels like. It feels more like losing interest in things that used to distract you. Like realizing you tolerated environments that did nothing but drain you. And the hardest part, when you're used to overgiving, choosing yourself feels selfish at first. You still have that urge to want to save people, even though it's you that needs the protection this time. And when you start pulling back, you start setting your boundaries and changing your environment. Instead of that feeling powerful, it feels lonely. So you sabotage it or you overthink it, not because you don't want to grow, but because your nervous system doesn't recognize what's safe yet. And what I'm realizing is that loving yourself isn't about hype and motivation. It's choosing environments that align with who you're becoming, even if it means being alone for a while. And that part is uncomfortable, but it's uncomfortable because it's new and your body needs time to adjust. If you're in that phase where you're questioning who you allow close, where you're trying to build discipline and make space for a piece that you lost, be patient with yourself. You're in the rebuilding process, and it feels just like that. A process that can feel lonely before it feels powerful.
The man who never gives up is the man who complains very little. He may be in debt with literally not a dime in his pocket or to his name, and he's alone, yet he's not going to air it out or blame others for his troubles. He sleeps poorly, thinks too much, and goes to bed late as if the whole world is weighing him down, because to him it feels like it is. Even with all of that, he keeps believing that one day everything will change. People think he's fine because he's quiet, but he's not fine. He is struggling on the inside, but he has faith, because faith is what helps him to get up even when he has no strength, and to keep going even when he doesn't see the results right away. Behind that routine, there isn't just responsibility. There's love, conviction, and belief that even if today he falls, tomorrow he will try again. Having problems makes him stronger because he understands that the money will come, the exhaustion will pass, and all his bad nights, they're going to come to an end. But the discipline and hope that drive him will take him way further than any blow that he's going to receive. And in the end, what's hard isn't really carrying everything. What's hard is carrying everything and still keeping hope alive. That is key. But that man who doesn't give up, sooner or later will find the day when everything he's ever dreamed of finally comes true. So to all the men who refuse to give up, this video is for you.
Here are 3 red flags to look out for in dating and relationships. 1, inconsistent communication. And no, this has nothing to do with the fact that they're not a big texter, they didn't text me good morning. This is somebody that is sporadic with their messaging, cancels plans often, is incredibly flaky. 1 minute you're hearing from them all day, and then 3 weeks go by and you don't hear from them. We don't need to make excuses for people. There is nobody busier than someone who's not interested. 2, a lack of emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence is somebody that can have conversation with you, communicate like an adult, knows how to manage their reaction to their emotions, takes accountability. Parent, you don't need to pretend to be and date somebody who's super immature and can't actually form a deeper connection with you. It takes a lot of emotional intelligence and emotional availability to form a healthy and secure relationship. And the 3rd is somebody who does not respect your boundaries. Remember, boundaries don't keep people out, they protect what's in. So a boundary could be, hey, I appreciate the invite, but I'm not interested in going out after 9. Or hey, I want to go slow in the physical department and I'm not looking to rush anything. And a boundary isn't you can't do this and you can't do that. A boundary is, hey, I'm not comfortable being physical with somebody early on, or I need some alone time tonight. It's been quite a week and I really just need to have some time with just me. If somebody's not going to respect that, you don't need to keep dating them.
As much as I love that people are calling out how tone-deaf white feminism can be, intersectionality should not be the only reason you think saying men don't create good art is stupid. Yes, it's diminishing of men of color and men to people that she often takes inspiration from. Yes, there's a lot of hypocrisy there, but if she would have said straight white men don't make good art, the statement would be just as ridiculous. The problem with this wave of misandry-based feminism is it's not actually critiquing the patriarchy 90% of the time. Like, saying that men don't create good art is not critiquing the patriarchy, it's just a jab. Jab that everyone knows, including her, it just isn't true. Her saying that doesn't accomplish anything for women whatsoever. It doesn't spread any sort of awareness, it doesn't enlighten anybody to anything. It's just something that she said, which is honestly why overall I'm not too critical of it, because I'm pretty sure it's just something that was said offhandedly. Like, I don't know the context, but I doubt she intended to start discourse with it. But it's like, the reason I'm talking about it is I'm just seeing a bunch of people make videos being like, oh, well, what about men? What about black men? And it's like, that's not even the only reason, or not even the main reason that doesn't make sense. That's, it's like an additional gotcha. Monolithically saying any group of people based off gender, race, orientation just doesn't flatly create good art. And it's just nonsensical. And like I said, she knows that. Anyone who saw that quote and was like, also knows that. I just feel like we're entering, or we're already in, a dangerous part in society where it's like we can only critique things from the lens of so-and-so oppressing so-and-so. People feel like they can only call that out because, like, oh my gosh, wait, black men are included in that. Men are included in that. When in reality, that statement, just regardless, doesn't make any sense. If I were to say straight white men just like don't make good music, like they just can't do it, that wouldn't be a valid, like there's still something wrong there. Like, yes, I see why you guys are attacking the intersectionality element of it, but it's like, I'm not seeing anyone just address the fact that it just makes no sense overall. Like, it's not something that makes sense.
So what's the motherfuckers out here fighting, bro? They got you doing all that. Come on, why you got me doing all that? Mama, they was out here tweaking. Stop doing all that. Stop doing all that. I'm gonna get you the phone, bro. Stop doing all that. World star.
I have no idea how men out here tolerate it. You know, men out here dealing with these toxic games back and forth with these women, you know, chasing, taking their phones. Homie, that's not peace. That is not peace. You're gonna be out here dealing with that the rest of your life. You're gonna be with a woman who disrespects you the rest of your life. And if that's what you want, you can keep going down that road. Where I encourage you to say, you know what? I'm gonna pray for you. I hope the best for you, and chase God. Chase someone who actually cares about you and has a purpose for your life, because you have purpose, my friend. You know, you have purpose. You have a reason for being here. Anyone watching this video right now, man, doubting themselves, questioning themselves because of their partner, because of life in itself. Life is hard, man. Life is pain. Life is difficult. It is stressful, and it feels like it will take you down sometimes. But you have a God that loves you. You have a God that does not want you to feel that way, man. You know, you need to leave and do what's best for you. Go to the gym, respect yourself, find purpose in Christ, and do what you need every day to improve your life. One by one, 1% better. Gym, grind, and God, homie.
Welcome, man. It's Al Terry Henry, man, and you already know I'm talking about business owners, man. I'm so sick and tired of everybody. Man, I just got off the phone with a guy. I got people that work for me. Everybody saying they own the business. They either own the business or been owning the business or own one now, but can't pay their bills, can't pay their rent, can't live by themselves or nothing. The guy just got off the phone with, still staying with his daddy. Half of y'all staying with your moms, your daddy, everybody else, but I'm an entrepreneur. You're not an entrepreneur no more than a moose can tap dance at a church wedding. You need to stop that, because I wrote something down for you. This is the search that I'm gonna get just for y'all people that say y'all entrepreneurs or business owners or whatever. And it says, you're not the owner of a business, your business owns you. You're not a business owner, you're not an entrepreneur. You are what they call a high-paid employee. You may be paying your employees $10 an hour, and you may make it $30 an hour, but you're a high-paid employee. You're not a business owner. Take that vocabulary out your mouth, because it is an insult to me and all the other people who actually run businesses and they're successful. It's an insult. So just like a preacher that says he's a preacher, you're a false preacher. Stop saying you're a business owner, entrepreneur. Just say you're a high-paid employee, and I could deal with that.
You know, a lot of these modern women, they'll complain about a man not being there for them, not doing things for them. They'll complain about men up and disappearing. But you got to understand, for years, y'all are sitting up here talking about, I don't want to be around a man. I don't want a man to be around me. I don't want to come into contact with a man. And when a man makes himself scarce, then all of a sudden, oh my God, what happened to all the men? Where did they go? What's going on with all of the men? Nothing. You just acting silly.
I seen this dude the other day, and from the face up, he looked like he would be like a slim kind of guy, but he was thick. He was thick. Like, he had thick thighs, he had a fat butt. Like, he was thick. He was stacked, right? And I was just thinking to myself, like, I wonder when you be like dating girls and you be posting your pictures and stuff online, do they know you thick like this in real life? Like, and how do you prepare a woman for meeting you and you thick like this? Like, do you tell her in advance that you thick? Like, I was just so confused about it because I was just like, I would never look at his face and think that he was stacked like that. And I'm not even trying to be like weird about it because like it just threw me off so bad because I'm just wondering as a man, how do you present that to a woman that you thick like that? Because I just know that the girls who be talking to him online don't know that he gonna come stacked like that he gonna be coming double cheeked up like that. I was in awe when I realized just how thick he was, and his face just didn't match it.
These are 3 red flags that you can see really early on in a woman that should send you running. 1, she speaks really poorly of her ex. One of 2 things is happening here. She either 1, hasn't processed the breakup, or 2, she's the type that will not take accountability. 2, she places unrealistic expectations on you and the relationship. Pretty much, if she expects you to act like a husband after 3 weeks of dating, red flag. 3, she seems to love her projection of you, not the real you. And you will sense this by her trying to change you, your likes, your dislikes, and your hobbies.
Oh God, that burns.
What is that one?
That's just Coke.
What?
Coke.
Okay. Next one.
Oh God, that burns. Diet Coke.
Okay.
More Diet Coke.
Okay.
That was bad. Cherry Coke.
Okay. Come on, man.
It's totally different than all of them. It's Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Oh, another diet one.
Okay.
What are you bowing for?
That was Dr. Pepper.
Okay. We'll see.
I know for sure that was Dr. Pepper.
No,
like, ain't no wishy, nothing. I know that one is. I'm gonna go with Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Diet Coke.
Diet Coke, okay.
That's a Coke product. Coke Zero. Get it up there. That's zero sugar. Oh my God, that was gross. What the is that?
Okay.
Yuck. Yeah, that shit was gross. Oh, that's gross too. Whoa. How do y'all even drink like diet and all that? That's Pepsi Zero.
Okay.
Oh God, all that shit is gross. Zero. Pepsi Zero.
A Pepsi Zero? You just said, what did you say this one was?
I don't know. Pepsi Zero though.
Okay.
Somebody gotta say it. And I'll be say it. Fellas, I'm sorry to be the one to break it to you, but baby, regardless of what you do, it's never gonna be enough for these booty heads. Let's get into it. Women have built their whole dating strategy off of moving a goalpost and then blaming the man when he can't win a game that was created for him to lose. Yeah, I said it. Like, a man texts or call too much, he doing too much. He don't text or call at all, he inconsistent. He want to be around you, he clingy. He want to give you space, he acting different. He want to be around you, he moving too fast. He takes his time, then he wasting yours? What the is this? He paid for everything, then that's what he's supposed to do. He asked you to go half with him, then he broke. I can't make up if I tried. And the reality is, y'all just really don't see how exhausting that is. I'm exhausted just making a video. That's exhausting. Regardless of what they do, it's not enough, bro. He want to communicate. He sassy. He talking in circles. He quiet. Now he's emotionally unavailable. He explained himself. He making excuses. He don't explain it all. Then he hiding stuff. He got standards, you say he controlling. He got boundaries, you talking about he toxic. Child, don't let him say no. Don't let him give you one no amongst all the yeses. Oh, he can't handle a real woman. Huh? And I'm just realizing a lot of you don't even want real men. Y'all want a emotional support wallet. That's what the you want. You want that man to come in, pay bills he didn't make, take care of kids that ain't his, trauma that he didn't cause, fix a attitude that ain't towards him. What the be wrong with you hoes? Then you want to still smile while doing it. Still only choose you. Still only have eyes for you. What the is wrong with you? And lo and behold, this man gets hired. Now here's the internet diagnosis. Oh, he's sassy. He's intimidated. He's scared of a strong woman. Girl, that man ain't scared. He's tired of hoes like you. He's tired of going through difficult like you. Like, the reality is, you're not as self-aware as you think you are. Yeah, you too much, but you ain't too much of a woman. You too much of a headache. You too much of a problem. You got too much mouth. You got too many opinions on some that doesn't got to do with you. You giving too much of nothing and coming with too much of nothing.
There's a difference between confidence and ego. Yes, there is, and they are both absolutely fine to have. For some reason, people on the internet, and you saw the same thing with that Talia girl, take people finding themselves attractive as a direct threat. If she says she's his first baddie and you think she's chopped, who cares? A bunch of you guys roasting her like this is just being mean and nasty for the sake of being mean and nasty because she did not attack anyone. And then you're all like, oh, she's implying that his exes aren't attractive. Who cares? For one, she probably doesn't even know what they look like. Two, even if she does, who cares? It's not like she's showing us pictures being like, hey, look how chopped she is. Like, y'all should know by this point, that's just something, it's a TikTok, it's what people say. Like, she could see his exes think they were pretty and she still could say something like that just because that's what people are doing right now. Like, this is genuinely one of my hottest takes. I feel like as long as you do not call someone out directly, you should be able to say whatever you want about unattractive people or vague posts about someone that you think is unattractive. Like, I think that's fair game. It's like you're mad that there's an implication that like he doesn't date baddie. Like, now again, I can agree that's a flawed implication, but that's something for him to have a problem with. I don't know why the internet takes these kinds of things so personally. Like that one guy who like months ago, he was like, oh man, I hate when an unattractive woman approaches you and da da da. People were responding to that as if he was talking about them specifically. And they're like, what? How could this guy be talking about me? Bro, she's talking about a man that she is talking to. He's a hypothetical man at this point. We low-key don't even know if he exists. But you guys are painting her as like some evil figure for making this take just because you want an excuse to call her chop. Because as high and mighty as a lot of y'all like to get about looks when those conversations come up, y'all love jumping at the opportunity to insult what someone looks like. So you wait until you feel like you got carte blanche to do it. I'm not gonna lie, this is one of my hottest takes, but people really tend to not care about it. But I saw like people in the comments, they're like, oh my gosh, like you're maturing over the. I've had this take for the longest time. Every time someone gets dragged for saying they're attractive, I say this exactly. Like, y'all just love looking for excuses to tell people that you don't find them attractive. That's why when any topic in regards to attractiveness comes up, your ears pin back. And that's why when people make videos about it, you see so much of them be like, oh, like subjective, like, oh, in my opinion, oh, I'm not saying I'm all that, but like y'all genuinely do hate people with confidence. It's just because if she would have gotten on here and been like, oh my gosh, like I'm chopped and I think this guy's treating me like this because da da da, people would have been like, oh, like why are you talking about yourself like that? Negative self-talk. But when these people say that they're attractive, y'all get mad. And I'm just like, bro, it was not that, like, she does not need all this hate over that kind of video. And it's like attack, because my thing is, her being, in your opinion, bad looking does not affect the take, right? Like if she was a 10 out of 10 or a 0 out of 10, the take still would have been bad. So it's just like, I don't understand why that's the biggest thing for some of you. Like someone being a little egotistical, a little full of themselves, who cares? They're not insulting you. They're not calling someone out on this app, insulting them. Like you guys getting so angry genuinely makes me so angry. Because my thing is, I'm like, if you really had confidence in yourself, you wouldn't need to say these things about her. You know what you would do? You'd watch her video, be like, and then call it a day. Or you talk about the takeout hand. But like this situation always gets me mad because again, and it always happens to people, unfortunately, who aren't creators. Or at least I think she's not a creator. So it's like, bro, I don't even know if she's mentally prepared for the hate that she's getting right now. And I genuinely don't think she deserves that much hate. One more thing though, I'm seeing a bunch of women come out to defend her and be like, oh man, like these men, like the men, y'all be doing the same exact thing. Like, oh my, like the most irritating kind of discourse in my opinion.
One of the things that you'll see that a lot of these ladies have an issue with is men, they can't find men. Men seem to be elusive. They seem to be this rare Pokemon, but they're not. They just decided, okay, well, instead of going to a place, I mean, I'm not going to shy away from a place. If I like a place, I'm going to go there. Like say, for instance, if I like a steakhouse, you like a steakhouse, I'm gonna keep on going, right? Because I like it as well as you like it. But I'm not necessarily coming there to meet you. Number one. Number two, I might start going places that you're not because that's where I want to be. And I'm not going to continue doing things for you to come meet you and be around you. And you don't really even like me. I'm not buying drinks for you anymore. I'm not getting dressed up for you anymore. I'm not inviting you over to my places, my sections, nothing. Because you're not really even worth my time.